Hi, this is Witt's Guitar Journal. It's been a while. This is June 19, 2019. Okay, I think this is probably a two-part video. So this would be the toolkit, table of contents, some drills, and the recipe, and then we'll try using it in some songs. What the idea will be is moving the lines around within triads so that when you play a chord solo, you have some choices to add the melody to something other than just the basic triad shape. So let me say that again a little differently and demonstrate it a bit. Well, that's what we'll do on this little piece. So here we go. Here's a D major shape. This reads 5 and root and 3. Those are the values from the scale, the chord tones, the degree of the chord. So 5, root, 3. Each one of them goes up. 5s return to roots, roots go to 3s, 3s go to 5s. So this 5 will go to the root, and then it'll go to the 3, and then it'll go to the 5 as it goes up the neck. The good news is none of this changes on all the strings. Everything is linear and consistent. So the root will go to the 3. The 3 will go to the 5. And the 5 will go to the root. The 5 will go to the 3 will go to the 5. The 5 will go to the root. The root will go to the 3. So this is what that sounds like when you do it together. This inversion of D major, this inversion of D major, root, 3, 5. This inversion of D major, 3, 5, root. So that is the elementary part of what we're drawing from. And these are triads on adjacent strings. Now, of course a chord can have a higher value. That might be my language, but what I'm saying is it could be a 6 or a 7 or a 9. You've heard G7 before. So that would be a 4-part chord. It has its root, a 3rd, a 5th, and a 7th. So what you'll notice is if you eliminate a note and you only use a triad shape, but you play a 4-part chord, you get other triad shapes you might be familiar with. I'm going to return to that thought, but put something in between it first. So you can connect all the triads going up the neck almost like a scale. D major, D major, D major, these holes in the middle. So D major to the E minor, and then D major to E minor, and D major to E minor, and D major, and on up. So this is what that sounds like. So let me point out too that if you're not familiar with all those minors, you take the D, push it up 2 frets, and then you find the 3rd. This is 5, root, and 3, and you lower that 3rd. That's how you make a minor chord, right? You lower the 3rd. So there's major, E major, E minor. So D major, E major, drop the 3rd, makes it E minor. Now push it on up, make it D major, find the 3rd. This reads root 3, 5. 3's in the middle. So drop it. So D major, push it up 2 frets, and drop that 3rd, and you have E minor. D to E, E major to E minor. I've said the same thing 3 or 4 times in sort of different ways, so if it all sounded confusing, just start again. D major, find the 3rd, and drop it, and it's D minor. And what we're asking for is D major, E minor. And you could go through that whole process, D to E, find the 3rd and drop it, and that would be D to E minor, D major, E minor. You want to get rid of that process though so that you can play it in a more practical way. You don't always want to be hearing this whole process as you're trying to play a song. So, okay, sorry if this is slowing down a little bit. D major, E minor, D major, E minor, D major, E minor. So those are the 3 minor shapes. Now what's interesting And this is returning to the idea I had about 2 minutes ago. If you take that D major and you find you want to make other chords with it, D major 7, D major 6, that type of thing, you'll notice if you take the root and you put it on this a half a step down, that makes a major 7 sound. That's the major 7 note in a chord. And we'll just omit the root, and now you all notice, even though this is a D major 7, it sure looks like F sharp minor. So here's another D major. Find the root. The nice thing is this process is consistent. It doesn't matter where you are on a guitar. Actually, it doesn't matter what instrument you play. If you take that root and you drop it a half a step, the notes left over spell out something that looks just like F sharp minor, but it also spells out D major 7. Okay, so D major, find the root, drop it, D major 7. The line, major 7, major 6, and 5, is heard all the time. Sometimes you might move to a different voicing to accommodate that last one so it doesn't stretch. And you'll notice D major 7, bring the whole thing down 2 frets to get that note you're looking for, and somehow you retain notes that belong to E minor. And then back to D major here instead of here. And you hear that in country music, old country music, all the time. See? Maybe I should have done that first to get your attention, and then you would have been interested in all that boring mechanics. I wasn't sure if I did it up here too. Here's D major. There's the root. Drop it 1 fret, and you get D major 7. And you'll notice that looks like F minor, F sharp minor. It also means that any trick that you could do on a minor chord, you might try someday, even though you're not playing that an F sharp minor at all. You're playing a D major. But that gets way confusing. We'll save it for a more where we can apply it better. Okay, the next line is to raise. Oh, so you might try drilling something like D minor. D major. E minor, because you're using the same voicing family, as it were. It's just you've adjusted that third. And then D, E, D, E, D, E, D, E, D. But you'll notice D to D, major 7, D, D, D major 7, slide it down 2 frets, E minor, D. Now do it from here. D is going to go to D, going to make a major 7, going to slide it down 2 frets, E minor. Everything fell into place. Sorry. D to D, major 7, down, E. Or you can go backwards, you can go up. And of course, okay, that's a lot to start with, and now we'll try to apply it to some things.